What's going on, guys? One love out to everybody. We got UFC Fight Night, Emmett versus Murphy. Predictions breakdown here, guys. Over there in UFC Apex, 13 fights in the card. Got some changes here also. Before I get started though, guys, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to this channel, or check out my Patreon account for all my future predictions and prop plays. All the links will be down below. You can also donate to my PayPal account, guys. We're going to fly through this real quickly but accurately. 6 p.m. card. Smaller cage. So we see what happens here. Kennedy fell off the card at the last minute against Martin. You know, they have a Kazakhstan dude by the name of Uran, who's going to be taking his place, but we're going to get to that. First fight on the card though, we got Loma Lookboonmee versus Estela Nunes. Loma here, more Muay Thai. Skill striking, a lot of development from her, better with her takedowns now. She will go for takedowns, she will even try to look for submissions. She's always the smallest fighter in here. I know she got 5'1" and 6'1" reach. So I mean, most of the girls are going to be taller and longer reach, but she's fought obviously taller women and long reach. Last opponent here, Bruno Brazil. You know, which I feel that Bruno Brazil is a tougher matchup than what Nunes is. Nunes is going to be short notice. Nunes, remember, dislocated her elbow in her fight against I believe it was Victoria, right? With Nunes has a striking similar to Bruno. The only thing that she can get taken down really easily. Hasn't fought since 2023 because she just looked at her elbow. She's gonna have she's actually on a 4-fight losing streak right now. Can get subbed. She's gonna have the 5-inch reach and 3-inch of height, which, like I said, most of the women in this division is gonna be taller with longer reach. But Loma has fought women with taller and longer reach, obviously, because she has the shortest one, right? I'm liking Loma here. Nunes, you know, she's not striking is not bad, but she can get hittable at times. You can close the distance on her. You can pin her against the cage, which Loma loves to do that. Loma is good in the cage, good in the cage, and good in the clinch. Loma will also look for takedown. She'll kind of drag her to the ground, or judo throw or judo flip. Yeah, I'm liking Loma. I'm gonna say Loma by decision, but again, women fight the guys. Like I always say, 50-50 for me, man. Even if the women, like I said, if it's like Amanda Nunes or Chichenko, I mean, it could be a little different, but Nunes hasn't been in there for a while, coming off an injury, a lot of holes in her game. So I'm going Loma by decision, guys. All right. Next fight, we got Vanessa Demopoulos versus Talita Alenkar. Vanessa here, kind of wild with it, has a little dog in her, striking, BJJ black belt, can get subbed, but I feel she's more experienced and more well-rounded, way better striker than Alenkar. I feel Alenkar just more BJJ, which she will also look for submission, but her striking is very hittable, kind of flat-footed at times. Made a debut here against Stephanie, which she fought Stephanie and went to a draw in Continental Series. Stephanie came back and beat her. Just keep the fight long, keep her on the outside and pick her up. Poor takedown defense. You can get her to the ground even though she beat her black belt. She work off her back. She would look for takedowns, but is not the best. So I'm gonna go for Vanessa here. I think Vanessa is just more experienced and more well-rounded. I'm gonna go Vanessa by decision, guys. Again, 50-50 again. Like I said, women fights can go anywhere, man. But I'll go Vanessa by decision, guys. Next fight, we got Victor Henry versus Pedro Falco. Victor Henry, man, this guy is very well-rounded guy too. Very skilled. His striking is pretty good. It's okay. Good wrestling. Keeps a lot of pressure on you. He's durable. He's going to be a quicker fighter. His fight against Jordan. Issue with that fight is that Jordan was just the better striker that night. The movement, most of the movement and footwork from Jordan. The in and out switching stands, it gave Henry problems. He's just more slick. Yeah, and that's pretty much. But Henry was winning that fight though. He was winning that fight, but you can see here, Charles Jordan guillotine choke him. In a moment of that fight, we see Henry winning, but Henry, I guess he underestimated Charles' ground game, and got caught in the guillotine. But before them, you can see the slick striking from Charles Jordan gave him problems. But Henry work the ground and get him to the ground and everything like that, and get, you know, kind of like underestimated Charles Jourdain on the ground. You know, he wasn't, you know, he had his head there in the guillotine, but it's like, this guy's not gonna get me, and then he got him with it, right? So yeah, but I say Henry's a pretty good fighter here. His opponent here, Pedro. Pedro is can get flat-footed at time when with a slower fighter. Swings wild, poor defense, run into shots. He wants to take down, but also look for the submission because that's mostly what he wants. Walks you down, keeps mad pressure on you, but it's like kind of slanky. You know, it's like all over the place. It's kind of wild, kind of flat. I believe, you know, Henry is a better fighter here. You know, I feel like Victor Henry has a better striking and can keep him on the outside and just tap him up, touch him up, move in and out, and just score for points. In my opinion, you know what I mean. I don't think he's gonna come in here, you know, and let Pedro submit him, because Pedro, you know, obviously he's gonna be looking for that. With Charles Jourdain, he wasn't expecting that. He was expecting more striking from Charles. But it happens though, you know, which Charles do have submissions, so that's something where he underestimated that. Never underestimate your opponent, no. So this guy here has 5 by submission and 6 by chaotic, so it's kind of even on that. But the striking is just kind of, striking is very wild, very flat-footed, runs into shots. You know, in my opinion, I feel Victor is a better striker here. I feel Victor's a more well-rounded guy as far as stand-up skills and everything like that, and then the ground is pretty good. So I'm going to go with Henry. I'm going to say Henry by decision, guys. Still 50-50 for me, though, because Pedro is not bad. All right. Next fight, we got Rhys McKee versus Daniel Franzo. McKee here is going to have the 5-inch of reach on him. This is a guy, you know, actually, what am I saying here? Okay, he's 5-inch reach. He will look for the knockout and also the submission. This guy's 100% finishing rate on him. So, let me see here. He's coming from CW, but he was also in the UFC way back, and he fought Kamazant, and he fought Alex Marone and lost. And then he came back, lost to Loza, lost to Chetty. Lost to Chetty by a split, actually. What I see from McKee, though, man, you know, a guy like Daniel, it's coming from Contender Series. Daniel, he's not bad. He's a little dog in him. But his opponent here, Vadimin. With Vadimin here, Vadimin would have won that fight if he had better gas tank. He just said Vadimin didn't have no gas tank. If he just had a little more gas, he would have won the fight. He just said he lost because he gassed out. I mean, that's just the thing. He was totally gassed. Not taking anything away from Daniel, that's a good win for him. But I feel with Daniel, you know, on the regional scene here, you know, like McKee fought in CW. I think Daniel is like a guy that McKee, you know, the regional scene that he would beat. You know, from my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong here. Like I said, with Daniel, he looked for the knockout. You know, he can get taken down, he can get subbed. Like I said, it's coming straight from Contender Series. Not taking anything away from him, I just feel like on the regional scene, this is a guy that McKee should beat. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go with McKee here. I'm going to say McKee by KO/TKO in the second round, but it's 50-50 for me, guys. Okay? Next fight here. We have Dione Barboza versus Diana Belabita. Diana Belabita, my bad. Barboza here, very athletic, strong. She would gas out in the later rounds though. Massive for the weight class, wants a submission, mostly ground, judo, BJJ, black belt. Striking not bad. She uses it to set up her ground. She will lay on her back though for the entire round though, in some of the fights I see. Diana Belabita was going to retire. She's pretty much retired. And she took her last fight against Molly Umbar. It's a fight that she lost twice, but Molly Umbar, the last fight. Yeah, she's just sub 5 times. Can get taken down pretty easily. Can get put against the cage. Can get touched up. striking based on her, but I mean, she wanted to retire. It's just, but I see from Barboza. Barboza is just all around a better fighter. I feel Barboza is more well-rounded and more technical. But I see from Dione Barbosa, she would throw the jab out there, move around a little bit. But once you put the hands on her, she kind of shy away a little bit. You can just go and get her. You can go and take her down, man. And that's possibly what's going to happen. So I got Barboza by submission in the first round. It could be possibly an armbar or a naked choke. But still, with women fights, like I said, it's 50-50 for me, man. So like I said, anything is possible. But women fights, something the guys do. But women fight is infamous for, you know, just dropping the ball, even the person that's supposed to win. So submission first round by Barboza. Okay. Next fight we got David Grant versus Daniel Santos. This one is a tricky one here. Grant is a very skilled dude, man, and you know, more kickboxing, has Brazilian jiu-jitsu. He's 39, but age is a number. We see these probably this older, you know, if you want to say older by age, or these veteran guys are coming in here and pulling off the wins over these young guys, right? Happens a lot. Kickboxing, BJJ black belt in kickboxing. He will look to finish though, man. This guy's a heavy hitter, experience. His technique is good. His counter striking, his scrambling, everything about this guy is pretty good, man. He's a pretty legit guy, man. Legit. Santos, on the other hand, Daniel Santos, he's legit too. But hasn't fought since 2023. He can strike. We'll mix it up. BJJ. Also Muay Thai from Diego Lima. Can get flash knockdown though. You can hit him and he gets dazed, you fall down, but he recovers well and he will come back, you know. But he's hittable though, but he keep a pace on you, right? He keep a pace and you're coming forward, right? This fighter, man, what I see from, I say he hasn't been competing, you know. Last time was 2023 in June. He's decent, but I just feel like Grant is just more of a seasoned fighter here, man. But again, this could be one of those fights, man, we see a lot of times where we see robbery all over it. Daniel Santos by split decision. You know, we could see something like that. I mean, I'm liking Grant, but it's 50-50. But it could be a robbery, and they give it to Santos by split. I'm just telling you that because with Daniel Santos, he's a exciting fighter, and he comes in there and give it all. Remember I told you what the organization wants? If the organization wants a specific fighter to win, if it's real close, you know, with the judges and everything, the referee, they will give it to Santos if it goes to decision. I feel David Grant is a better fighter though, the more seasoned, experienced guy. But if it goes to judges, which I have decision, you could see Santos getting a split. So this fight, I'm gonna pick Grant though, man, because I feel Grant is just, he's just on. He's just more accurate. I feel. He is durable. Can get knocked down too. Yeah, I just like what I see from Grant. I mean, I like what I see from Santos too. But I don't know. I just feel like there's some experience and veteran things that Grant can do to win this fight, like he does in all his other fights. You know, I mean, even fights that they rob him. Daniel Marcos is a good prospect. That was very close, dude. I mean, Grant could have won that. Right, Adrian Yanez, Grant won that. Hands down, Grant won that fight. But this could be a similar situation for Daniel Santos, where it's obvious that Grant win, but they give Daniel Santos a split, like what I'm telling you. Daniel Marcos is a little more closer, but with Daniel Santos, it could be one of those fights, man. So I'm going with Grant, but I have a feeling that Santos could win by split. But I'm going to go with Grant though. I'm going to say Grant by decision, guys. And the reason why I'm picking Grant, God, I just feel like Grant can touch him up. Can piece him up. A little more crafty, a little more veteran. You know what I'm saying? A little more IQ. You know? But again, we see what happens. Grant by decision. Next fight, we got Louis Gurule versus Odi Osborne. Man, what I see from Louis here. Louis undefeated, coming from Contender Series. This guy's not bad, man. Went to a split decision against Nick, right? Nick Piccini. This guy's a dog. High pace, wrestling, scrambles well. will keep coming forward, pressure. His boxing is just keep throwing on the inside, like multiple punches after punches, and just keep that high pace on you. And you can touch him up, and he keep coming forward. No, with Odi just fought recently, right? I mean, the thing about Odi, man, is that he just fought recently. I mean, the organization love Odi, man. He fought, okay, it's 2024 he fought. It just seems recent. I mean, this guy's a 3-fight losing streak, but the organization loves him, right? Can Odi win this fight? Odi's going to have a 2-inch of height and 9-inch of reach. He's going to have a 9-inch of reach over Lewis, which is massive, right? Mostly want to strike, but he's going to be quick. He's athletic, timing in that first round. His ability to land that 1-2 on the pocket and catch you or knock you out is there. He has that. But I feel like he's going to have to finish his fight in the first round if he wants to win, right? If the fight goes out the first, you can see him slowing down. He can get put on his back. He can get subbed and he gasses out, man. But he's just explosive in that first round. Like you see, most of his fights are won in that first because it's super, super explosive. But can he finish Lewis, though? I don't know, man. And like I said, it's possible. That's why when you look at certain fights, you're trying to base it off of, this guy can come in here and knock him out, man. But it depends on the opponent that he's fighting. Lewis looks pretty durable, chain wrestling, and he can eat a shot, man. And Odi is like that first round, Odi will land that one punch, and after that is over. Once you put that pressure on him, you get him against the cage, you take him down. Now, Odi will look for submissions too, but it's just one of those things, man, where it's tough to pick Odi, man. That's the same thing over and over again. Against Ronaldo, I felt he won that fight. Right? But you just keep doing the same thing over and over again, man. So I have to go with Lewis here. But there could be something here, where Odi coming here and win this fight, man. I have a feeling, inside of me that Odi's going to come in here and win. But to pick him to win is difficult because of just his last performances. His prior performance, it just doesn't look good. He just does the same thing over and over again. And when a guy can put a pace on him and back him up, he doesn't do well because he's not able to let go and counter like that. Once you keep pressure, he's not able to set, and he wants to set that 1-2 on the pocket and let his kicks go and everything. And if he's not able to do that, and it's just pressure, he's gonna have a losing the fight. So I'm gonna go with Lewis. I'm gonna say Lewis by decision. It's a 50-50. Or he could win, man. Like I said, if he comes in there, put the work in, he's prepared, and he work on some things I need to work on. He could win, but, man, I'm going to go with Lewis by decision. All right, 50-50, guys. Next fight, we got Robert Valentin versus Torrez Finney. What was it from Robert? Robert will mix it up. With the strikes, we look for takedowns. Can get taken down. We look for the submission. He loves the rear naked choke and the guillotine. But Torres pretty much has no neck, so that's not going to count. Lost his fight against Ryan Loader, was in the Ultimate Fighter show. This fight here, man, what I see from Finney is very explosive, man, athletic as hell. Durable, nasty, ground and pounds. And the thing about Finney that I like, he went on Contender Series 3 times, man, after they declined him the first time. When was the first time? They declined him 2023. He got a rear naked choke, dude. And they declined him. So he finished the fight. And then they didn't take him. Second time, he got a unanimous decision. It wasn't even a split. And they declined him. Third time, first round, ground and pound. And then they took him. So this is a guy that went on Contender Series 3 times. And he won all 3. And it wasn't even close. He finished 2 of them. And went to a decision, he finished 2 and went to decision once, right? So it's a guy where like when he comes to fight, and he's not taking it to no split, what I'm saying? And if you come on the show all 3 times and pull off all 3, I'm like you want to see from Torres, man. What you see from Robert, he dropped the ball against Loader, what I'm saying? So I'm liking Finney. I must say Torrez Finney by KO TK in the first round, guys. Still 50-50. Could be some experienced things there that Robert may have. But like I said, Torrez in the Contender Series went on there all 3 times and pull off all wins, man. And that's not easy to do. I don't see Robert doing that. It all depends on the matchup, but I don't see Robert doing that. I like Torrez here. Torrez by KO TKO first round, guys. Possible ground and pound. Next fight, we got GM3, Lerone Murphy versus Brad Tavares. This is the next live fight here, man. That can go either way. You know, with Merchant here, 29 by subs. You can't count that out, man. That's majority of his wins. But he will gas out, right? Striking is getting better, but he's still hittable, and he will gas out, you know. And I mean, that's pretty much it. A guy that walk you down, we get in a clinch, we look for takedowns and look to lock up that submission on you. Brad here, Brad is also experienced like Gurule Merchant. Heavy leg kicks, he's a veteran, experienced, never been subbed. So this could be a first time for GM3 to probably sub him. Decent takedown defense, pack a lot of power. This guy's well rounded as well, right? I feel he's more well rounded than Gurule because he has better striking than Gurule. Gurule ground game possibly is better, but then he has to get him down though and sub him, which is possible because we see Jung Young Park got down Brad, right? This is a fight where it's live here, man, for Gurule to win. I'm going for Brad, but Gurule could win, and this is a fight where Gurule always finds a little sneaky way to pull off a win, man, because it could even be split decision. And if you want to look at a fight like this, which you probably shouldn't, is that Gurule Merchant, you know, you shouldn't do it like this. You know, the MMA math thing, it can mess you up. You know, he beat Edmund Shabazian by arm triangle in the second, right? But Brad Tavares lost to Edmund by knockout with that Mowashigeri to the head, you know, left head kick. So you can look at it like that. Like, since Gurule, you know, he beat Edmund, so Gurule possibly can beat Brad, right? Doesn't usually work out like that, and it can. So that's something to look at. So Gurule could win, guys. All right, 50-50, but I'm going with Brad, KO TKO first round. All right. You can look at it like that if you want, man, but it can get you into trouble too. So be careful with that one. Fights like these, Brad Tavares and Gurule, is very, very freaking risky. Next fight, we got Martin Buday versus Uran Satybaldiev. This is a fight where it's a very short fighter. It's supposed to be Kennedy. Against Martin Buday, man. Martin Buday, he's physically strong, has a power, you know, but he let me see, he doesn't really throw that much volume, and he likes to just tie up in the clinch, and that's pretty much it. You know, maybe throw a little knees to the calf, maybe a little punches here and there, but he doesn't let it go. You know, it's like he's kind of tentative at times, and he won't fight. You know, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. This is going to be the slower fighter. What I see from Uran is a Kazakhstan fighter. He's wild though, man. This guy, he'll just go for it. You know what I'm saying? He's reckless. He's striking. He can be hittable, but he just eats it. Come forward. This is wrestling that's really his thing. His takedowns and his ground and pounds, and he will keep coming, and he will recover quick. He will get tired, but he will recover. Defense can get poor, like I said, with the stand-up, so he runs into shots. But he's durable, has good cardio. He's reckless though, dude. 3-inch of reach on him. It's most of his thing here, his skill set is mostly his grappling. I favor more than his striking, but he will let the hands go in there, man. This guy will fight. This guy's relentless, will fight, and that's the thing. It's like Martin won't let it go. So I'm going with Uran. I know, you know, this guy just short notice, but coming from LFA, but I mean, Martin doesn't let it go. He doesn't, and most of the fights I see, he does the same thing. Against Andrei Arlovski, he went to a split decision. You know, I mean, he just wasn't letting it go. And if Uran come in here, Uran will fight, and he will let it go. So just by activity only, Uran could probably get a decision. But I got Uran by KO TKO in the second round, guys. I'm not confident in that one. Again, Buday has more experience, but it's just the matchup and the activity. It just doesn't do enough. Alright, so Uran by KO TKO second round. Next fight here, guys, we got Cortavious Romious versus Chang Ho Lee. Cortavious is a very athletic guy, man. Will brawl at times, kind of wild with it. You know, he will also look for the submissions. Nasty with the submission, very explosive. The arm bar is his thing. I believe a rear naked choke is also his thing too. Coming up to contender series, lost against Gaston Balanos, which a fight that he was winning, but I think he underestimated Gaston and gases him he underestimated Gaston and gassed himself out. Okay, so yeah, so that's the thing. So he pretty much got tired in that fight. So if he works on his cardio conditioning, I feel he should beat Lee, because with Lee will mix it up, pushes up pace. We'll look for the knockout, but he's hittable. You know, not the best striking. Can get him put in bad situations, but he will come back in the later rounds and win though. You know, but it's a guy where just mostly I see him just against the cage, getting taken down. I watch him fight, and the most of the fights I see, he's like losing, but then he comes back. Can't do that against Cortavious, because Cortavious will lock up a submission, and Cortavious is very athletic, very explosive. And if you give Cortavious a little opening, he's going to take advantage of it. But again, Cortavious can gas himself out, and Lee come back and win. So that's something to look at. But I'm going to go with Cortavious. I'm going to say Cortavious by submission. First round, guys, 50-50. Not confident in this one. All right? A lot of close fights here, guys. We're going to look at the odds after this. All right? We got Joanderson Brito versus Pat Sabatini. Brito here, very athletic guy, man. Super athletic, explosive, BJJ. I believe he's black belt, striking, wrestling, powerful guy. Will slow down, though, in the later rounds, though. Can start to brawl at times, swinging well, leave himself open. This is our next fight too, if you want to do the MMA map in this one, which is, you shouldn't mess around like that because it's crazy. We can see Brito, he beat Lopez on the Contender Series. Yes, he beat Lopez and kind of pretty much out-grappled him to a decision, technically unanimous decision, back in 2021 in Contender Series, which Diego Lopez looks really good right now. Really freaky. He's a contender. He's fighting Alexander Volkanovski, and I believe after that you're gonna fight. What's the guy name? After that, he should be able to go fight Ilir Topuria, right? So yeah, let me see something here. Yeah, so I think that's his next move. So if you want to do it like that, you can. And we see Pat lost against Lopez real quick. Real quick loss against Lopez. Real fast. He got caught and get knocked out, right? So by punches, first round. Now, Pat Sabatini, BJJ, black belt, submission, 12 by sub. Striking, can still use some work. He's very hittable. Can get hurt on the foot, get dazed, and get finished. He's not durable. Doesn't handle pressure too well. And like I said, Diego beat him. So if you want to look at it like that, the MMA, they say, oh, so Brito should beat him easy. Yeah, it's possible. You can look at it like that, but then Pat could also just happens to beat Brito. Brito slows down, Pat take him down, and happen to out-wrestle him and grind him out for a win. Possibly a decision. Possible. But I'm going to go with Brito though. I'm going to say Brito by KO TK in the first round, and it's a 50-50. I felt Brito beat William Gomes. I felt Brito won that fight. But what gave Brito problems in that fight is because of Gomes' movement. He's unorthodox movements and the timing, and it's just Brito couldn't get a read on him. Pat doesn't have that timing. Pat doesn't move like that. Pat he can be flat-footed and he's there to get hit, and he backs up in a straight line. Gomes' lateral move off center line will back up also, but he moves his head better. Pat doesn't move his head too well, and that's why he get caught. Right? Doesn't move his legs too well either. So that's the difference between William Gomes versus Brito and Brito versus Pat. If Brito throws those punches like what he throws in Gomes and touch Pat, Pat will go out, and Pat is more easy to get hit. So I got Brito by KO TK in the first round, guys. I'm not confident on 50-50 because Pat Sabatini is very experienced and he's a skilled guy as well. All right. Main fight in the card here, guys. We got Josh Emmett versus Lerone Murphy. Emmett here, veteran, super veteran, skilled guy, heavy-handed for the division. Wrestling, experience, veteran, but not as durable, man. It's not as durable anymore. Touching 40, age is a number. Still dangerous, though. If you mess around with him and throw punches in the middle without exiting, and you swing wild and leave your punches out over commit, he will catch you and knock you out. All right? Took a lot of damage against Ilir Topuria. Took a lot of damage against Yair Rodriguez, though. These guys who are explosive like Yair and move around footwork like Ilir Topuria, he can't hang with those guys. Bryce Mitchell, Bryce Mitchell doesn't have the footwork. He just wants to wrestle and run forward into shots. Lerone Murphy is skilled. He has the footwork, he has the movement and good fight IQ, makes adjustments, athletic, and he's improving consistently every fight, very explosive, durable. Can get caught in the foot though. And the reason why he get caught on the foot, like what I said, sometimes he overcommit to the strikes. Like he goes in there and try to like see who can connect first. You don't want to do that against Emmett, because we see him do that against Dan Ige and got caught in the first round. He got knocked down. Remember that? Because he's trying to go in there, and while Ige is setting up, he's setting up too. Then he let his shots go, but he planted his foot and let it go. Like, so it could be 1, 2, and then the third one he plants. Then Ige counter him on in between the second. So Josh Emmett does the similar thing. So he made adjustments in that second round, and then what he did, he will set up. Say if he's on I believe it's southpaw. If he sets up with the jab, he jab you, but then he doesn't plant and then try to follow with maybe a hook or a straight, and then just plant. He jab, and then while he's jabbing, Ige now throws his punch off his jab, but now he made adjustments. So when Murphy throw the jab, he's already stepping back with his footwork. So Ige's punch miss, and then Murphy counter with the hook. But then the difference now is that Murphy is not grounding himself in the center, because these guys here like Ige and Emmett, these guys hit the draw power. So you can't plant with them. You got to touch and move. You got to touch and go, touch and go, touch and go, touch and go. And that's what Murphy's going to have to do, which he made adjustments. So he should know that Josh Emmett is a similar kind of way, right? So I have to pick Murphy for this one. I just feel like Josh Emmett is very hittable. He's not durable anymore and took a lot of damage in the last fight. And Murphy should win this fight. I'm going to go with Murphy by decision, but it's a decision, guys. Sorry, guys. I mean, it's a 50-50 fight, right? And it's a decision, but it's a 50-50 because you can't sleep on veteran like Emmett. And he can win. He can come in here and do the same thing like what Ige did and just knock out Lerone Murphy and catch him with a punch and knock him out. It's a strong possibility, man. So, okay. Yes, it could be a similar scenario there, you know, but Josh Emmett catches him and just put him all cold, that one-hitter quitter. So he needs to be moving off his jab, set up the jab and move and counter and move, touch and go, touch and go. The hitting and avoid getting hit. He can't sit down and overcommit and sit down there, because sit down there with Josh Emmett, he has raw power, and once he connect, usually guys go out, right? Yeah, so decision by Lerone Murphy. Quick look at the odds here, guys. See what we're working with. Real quick look at the odds. UFC Fight Night. We have here Fio Garcia. What is this? All right. Let's refresh that real quick. Yeah, man. All right, that was the AC that was on, man. Yeah, AC is pretty loud. Okay, wow, man. They got Barboza at 1,000, bro. Oh, bro. Can Babita win though? Oh, Bellabita win? I doubt that, man. I feel this is all Barboza fights, dude. This is all her fight here to win. So 1,000, you know, 800, 900. What I say by by Bellabita was gonna retire. Skills is not there, man. I feel Barboza is more well-rounded. I feel Barboza is a better fighter. So, but still be careful though. I wouldn't mess with it though. I wouldn't mess with it though. Like I said, with women fight, they're supposed to win. The 1,000 supposed to win. She end up dropping the ball, possibly a head kick, knockout or something. You just never know, man. Daniel Santos versus David Grant. They got Daniel Santos at 148, 155. Wow. I'm liking Grant, but like I said, go split decision by Santos. So be careful with that one. Lewis Gurule and Odi Osborne. Then they got Lewis at 260 something. I disagree with that. I have Lewis as a slight favorite, but not so high, because Odi has a chance to win the fight, and he has the experience. So be careful. Torrez Finney and Robert. They got Finney at 300 and something. Man, that's high as hell, bro. Coming from Contender Series. I like him winning the 3 Contender Series fights, but like I said, Contender Series guys, once you get in the UFC, it could look different. Yeah, but I feel Torrez should win, but at the same time, I feel Torrez is way too high, dude. I'll be careful with this one because Robert is experienced, so be careful with that one. Brad Torres 200 and something. I disagree. This is an even fight because we see GM3 always pull a rabbit out the hat, man. Always pull a rabbit out the hat. Always, dude. So then Torres will drop the ball. Both experienced guy, both veterans. Torres will drop the ball, dude. He will drop the ball. All right. So I'd be careful with this one because GM3 could win. This fight is not there anymore. Let's scrap that. Lee's favorites. I'm liking Cortavious. This is an even fight. So I'm liking Cortavious for the win there. But Lee could win, but I have a slight favorite, but it's kind of close. Brito and Pat 230 for Brito. I wouldn't have Brito so high either because Pat Sabatini could come in here and implement a little game plan, whereas like those pressuring and tying up, I'm avoiding getting hit. But we see that when the punches hit him, he goes down and get hurt. So it is what it is. I still be careful. Lerone Murphy at 300 and something. I slightly disagree with that because Josh Emmett is live. He's live, man. Josh Emmett is always live, dude. And it's a 5-round fight, so he's always live. So I like Murphy, but I wouldn't have him so high. So I'll be careful with that one, bro. All right. I guess that other fight. Let's take a look here. Let's look over here for the fight there. Odds are kind of not so bad, but I still be careful though. Vanapolis, Talito. What's this one here? I believe Vanessa should be the favorite. I think she should be the favorite. Let me see, Josh Emmett. Even fight. Okay, so Talita and Vanessa's even. I don't disagree with that. Any woman fight, man, is even is great. Victor Henry 200 and something. Yeah, I like Victor Henry. I think Victor Henry is a better fighter, but I still be careful. Loma 800 and something. I don't disagree either. I think Luma's a way better fighter, but still be careful. Like what I tell you, women fight, man. They're supposed to win. High odds, and they end up losing, and guys do the same thing too. Daniel and McKee, they got Daniel at 155 coming from. I disagree with that. I'm liking McKee for that one. But again, anything is possible, guys. So be careful with it. Nothing guaranteed, like I always say. And that's it right there, guys. You guys keep on kicking. All up. The players will be down below, and the outcome of the wins. My Patreon account on the bottom, my Wayne Get Your channel. You can check that out too for more health and wellness. Also, you can check out the PayPal account to leave a donation. And that's about it right there, guys. One love out to everybody. You guys keep on kicking, and